I've been dancing electro since almost the beginning, and after maybe 5 or 6 years of electro dance, I decided to apply myself to contemporary dance, and 2 years ago I decided to open myself to crunk. So I try to mix all those three dances, and without forgetting where I'm from. It's my roots, it's electro dance, it will never change. And that's it, that's me.
Okay, hello, my name is Oscar, I'm from Barcelona, we're from Spain. I'm shuffle since 8 years now. I'm opening right now to electro dance because here in Barcelona our culture is like all merged. Electro dancers and shuffle dancers are so merged. We learn so much about electro and put the concepts on our dance. And really, I'm now the director and founder of Shuffle Showcase, that is the network of worldwide of shuffle. And we're gonna grow up our culture and make more powerful and make it more professional, because our culture is older than other ones, like your culture, but we don't do it nothing in 20 years. So we're gonna grow up a little bit, because I think it's the time, because now we are old, someone of our people, and we can do it better.
Yo, I'm Slate, aka Crazy, I'm on school. I started electro dance since 2006, and it's my dance style, my lifestyle is electro. So for me, no excuse, no limit, and I'm very happy to be here to share with you guys.
Hi, I'm Cerizz from Rythmik. I am on the first generation of electro dancer. My first love is the choreography. That's why I work a lot with a lot of dance, lot of style, you know. Now I'm assistant choreographer for KLN company. We have 3 years now, and that's it. I'm really happy to be here to this festival, because for me it's important for the electro culture. That's it.
Can I say? And yeah, one last thing, sorry. Since 3 years now, I've been creating like a group of what I call sensitive artists. This group is called KLN 452B, and basically it's just a group of sensitive artists and creative artists. Can be dancer and musician, any art. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, we speak about style in electro dance. Since maybe 2 or 3 years, we start to make old move, basic move, stop and go, and too much old school move. And with that, we have problems because some dancers don't like it, and for you now, 3 years after, it's je parle en français parce que j'ai du mal à écrire. Tu le retraiteras pour moi. En gros, ce que je voulais savoir, c'est est-ce que pour toi c'était une chose bénéfique à l'électro, ou vous pensez que c'est quelque chose qui a fait réduire l'électro? Voilà, qui a fait réduire l'électro. Et là, par rapport à la danse, on parle du futur. Just we speak about future, but just about dance. What is your opinion about dance? If it's old school, it's good for grow up, or we need to create more? This is my question.
Le fait d'avoir repris des steps à l'ancienne.
Voilà, d'avoir repris des steps à l'ancienne, j'ai demandé ton opinion sur le futur, comment toi tu le vois, est-ce que tu veux fermer l'esprit ou pas.
Après je te donne.
Refais la question en anglais.
So yeah, basically he was asking if what do I think about the fact that the new trend in the electro dance game now is about doing all the basic step like touch and go and do it again step that we used to do 10 years before, and basically it was just asking what I think about it, if I think it's a good or bad thing. I don't think in one decision there is only good and or only bad. I think the good part is that we refresh those simple basic move, and I think that what is important in dance, in every dance, is to understand your roots, and your roots is what you did at the beginning. So it's cool. It's really cool to improve and to make the dance grow up, but don't forget what you did in the beginning. And if you are able to do those basic stuff with a lot of power. When I say power, it's not power, but with a lot of feelings, and if you can feel those basics move and be as powerful as if you did I don't know, a flex or a combo, it means that you understand the dance. And for me it's necessary to understand the dance. If you're not able to feel basics move, it's because you gotta work on that. And so it's good, but I don't think we should stay on that. We should, as always, move, and that's one of the biggest power of electro, is that we maybe every years or every 2 years there is like a new trend, and this new trend is always used, and always the creativity of this new trend is always pushed to the limit. So we use those basics, we refresh those basic steps, so it's cool, and maybe we should move out to something else, but still without forgetting what we learned from that. It's like with 13, when 13 came, everybody was studying. Now everybody can do a 13, like easily. But we move out. We are not only doing 13 like we used to maybe when people like Taylor came, you know. But it doesn't mean that we move out, that we forget 13. Now everybody can still do 13. It's about trend. We eat those trends and we refresh it, and that's it. So I think it's a good thing.
For me, it's not just old school or new school. For me, the electro is the dance. For me, electro is the culture, and the culture have a history, like contemporary, like a classic, like a hip hop. We must have a basic move, a vocabulary of how dance. For me, it's important. We need to have this. And for me, the new generation of electro dancer forget this, or don't know the basic move, the history, where electro born is. For me, it's more like just a move. For me, we need to have this, the basic move, where the electro is born, what the place, the country, everything. And I saw this in other countries, they don't know anything. So for me, it's not like old step or new generation or old school. It's the basic, it's the history of our dance. It's like this. If you accept or you don't accept, it's like this. We have a basic move, we have a haircut, we have pointing. For me, it's important. Without this, you are not electro dancer for me. If you don't have the energy, we have a groove in electro dance. We have a groove, we have a special energy. Me, when I look just 2 seconds dancer on electro music, I can tell you if you have electro dancer or not. If you don't, if you just make some combo, wow, just this, but without energy, without hard vocabulary, you don't be electro dancer for me. We have a bounce like a house dancer, but with the bodies we have some. So for me, it's just this. We don't have some problem. Electro dance, it's a culture. A culture have history, have basic move. For me, it's just this. So if you want to be, if someone want to be electro dancer, you must be learn how energy, how history, how move. If you don't have this, for me, you dancer like everybody, you know. For me, it's just this. So for answer to your question, it's not the problem for old school or new school. It's the history, you know. Goku talk about dancer like Taylor, like skips, I can tell him. He knows everything on electroculture. Sorry, he can tell you a lot of things because when we training with him or other dancer, we tell this move. He comes from this person, this time, this. For me, it's important. You can't be electro dancer without this. For me, that's it.
Okay, for example, I'm going to speak about shuffle. Okay, for shuffle, we have a problem that is that when we start, no one's doing the foundations, and this is a big problem because we were the foundations like a year and a half or 2 years ago, and this is really bad for us because no one knows about from the culture. And for example, Marcos and me, we are doing now a playing concept of electro and hip hop and other things to shuffle. And when we dance, people see like, what the fuck is this? This is really shuffle. But we know that our energy is shuffle. But people doesn't evolve like us because they don't know the basics. And they don't know the basics is a big problem. And we do on Spain 1 month ago or something like that. We do a tour like Pamplona, Madrid, and Valencia to go to the people of the cities and say, okay, we're gonna do a masterclass, but a masterclass about the foundations and how we bring it. Okay, that this is this step. It comes from here. You can work it like, for example, we do this step is basic is like. And for example, for us, since so much years ago, for that, we do that, is kick. But it's the same step that you apply a concept like is weights. But people say kick because they have no fucking idea. And this is the big problem for us because people like to dance, but don't merge with the culture and don't merge with the culture of dance. We are like in a bubble. And we are a part of all dancers. We are like in our wall, like dancing like but we don't know about our dance. And if you don't know where is your A, B, D, C, you can write words and you can speak with other dancers.
I really want to add just one thing. Thank you for your comment because someone don't know shuffle is a part of electro dance before. It's really part in the club, in the red light club. You can find a lot of shuffle dancer. Before, like I did in Alliance Pro, make this one very good shuffle dancer. And before, you can find a lot of shuffle dancer in Parisian club, really. And thank you to Jimmy to invite you for yesterday. It's really good thing for electroculture because we must, this shuffle dance. It's really good and hard dance. But you must understand the energy, like he said before.
Okay, and the other part is that, for example, on my culture, I'm like the OGs from Spain because I'm the only that we are like 5 or 6 that all Spain because the OGs now no one dance, no one do nothing for the dance because they dance like 2 years or 3 years. And then they have childs, they go to our, and they don't dance. And for me, for example, they are OGs, but they don't do nothing for the culture. And for me, it's like, you have when you are OG, you have a little bit of responsibilities. And for me, it's like, people now say that I'm OG because I grow with the culture. I'm not the first generation, but could be the second or the third. But I'm the first that I worked, I found, I work from that, and I want to bring culture on my community. I travel around the world. I try to understand what is my roots, what is merging with other cultures, and I think that it's important because in my days no one explained me, but I have to find it. If for me, my roots are shuffle. If no one do it for me, if I don't do it for my culture, no one is gonna do it for me.
For me, the idea about basics is something very strange because for me dance is something fun and something free. That is why I started to dance electro, because that was something new and we had the possibility to create and to share our own message. So it's good to think about basics, but don't forget that electro is a clubbing culture, is something fun. Dance is something special. So of course we know touch and go, we know rotor, but it's an international culture. So everybody can bring his own feeling inside, because if not, we will make around. So, for example, all the step, I try to push it far away. So I didn't think about basics. I think just how I can improve my dance, improve my style, and improve my shit. Sorry. So if you want to learn basics, go to take some classes, master class, ask some question. When you see some dancer, you have to be curious for know what you do and why you do it. That's it.
C'est bon. Ça tombe bien que tu dises ça, que les avis soient un peu différents. Je parle en français, je vous traduis, d'accord, c'est plus facile pour moi. Donc ça tombe très bien parce que je voulais enchaîner sur le Electro Dictionary, d'accord. Moi, mon opinion par rapport à ça, il translate for you after, ok. Mon opinion par rapport à tout ça, c'est qu'on n'en a pas forcément, nous, en tant qu'anciens, besoin. Ça tombe bien aussi que tu sois labriste, parce qu'on va enseigner aussi sur les événements par la suite. Mais pour l'instant, le truc, je voulais enchaîner sur l'Electro Dictionary, parce que c'est un truc que j'aimerais vraiment mettre en place pas à travers les anciens, aussi à donner la parole à des nouveaux, tels que Sylvia, Nico, des gens pour apporter, qui sont étrangers, qui pour moi en tout cas, pour apporter à la communauté. Voilà, je trouve qu'on a des noms tels que le pointing, le haircut, on a le stop and go, etc. Mais il y a plein de choses telles que les grooves qu'on utilise. Il y a plein de grooves qu'on utilise. Par exemple, moi je trouve que par exemple quand je fais ça maintenant c'est devenu un putain de groupe de base, tu vois, à force de le faire, et toutes les énergies que tu t'envoies comme ça, c'est devenu des trucs qui n'ont pas forcément de nom dessus maintenant, et qui pour nous sont naturels, mais qui au fur et à mesure des années, 4-5 ans plus tard, vont devenir des basiques, mais le problème c'est qu'on n'a pas de nom dessus, et voilà pourquoi j'aimerais votre opinion par rapport à ça. Par rapport à ça, est-ce que pour vous, la communauté est assez structurée en termes de pédagogie. Voilà, est-ce qu'elle est assez structurée en termes de pédagogie? Quand je compare par exemple aux crânes qui, eux, énumèrent tout ce qu'ils font, tu vois, et j'ai vraiment la sensation que ça a fait progresser, même quand je vois des petits jeunes, je les vois 2-3 mois après, et je les vois super forts, quoi, parce qu'on dirait qu'ils ont vraiment quelque chose, une méthodologie en tout cas pour apprendre beaucoup plus rapidement que l'électro. Voilà. Et je peux vous donner un autre exemple. C'est par exemple le hip-hop. Là, pour moi, pendant presque 10 ans, le hip-hop, comme tu as dit, avec Slate, il a tourné en rond. Parce qu'il voulait trop faire de la hype, il voulait trop faire de machin, et il y a eu les criminels qui sont arrivés avec une nouvelle base, avec les twins, etc. Et ça donnait un second souffle, on va dire, un peu au hip-hop, etc. Désolé pour tout ce que tu as à traduire. Et je te laisse voilà. La question, c'est est-ce que pour vous c'est une bonne idée, est-ce qu'on devrait le faire ou pas? Voilà.
So it was, I make a quick resume because I have some memory problem. So he was saying that he was talking about this project of making an electro dictionary, like give name to steps and to grooves, and he asked if we, tu parles de nous les anciens, ou if our culture need this dictionary. He took the César. Tu me dis si je me trompe parce que je comprends. And he took the example of crime. Like in crime, they give name to everything. they give name to character, they give name to attitude. I'm adding this because I know to attitude, to groove. There is a difference between mood and character. You know, it's crazy. You think it's the same, it's not the same. You know, there is a difference between storytelling, concept, materials. You know, they give name to everything. They give name to even to, you know, people who come to the event who don't give the hype, the energy, who is always there but they never dance. They give a name to this. They call that a looky loo. It's like using this guy. You know, they give name to everything, and they say, and you feel that maybe that might be one of the reasons why people in crime improve so fast. He took the example of hip hop. In the contrary, for him, during 10 years, the hip hop movement didn't improve because pourquoi? Because they were too concentrated on basics. And after people like Criminals Crew came and just changed the rules. Yeah. So that's it. That was the question. If we need electoral dictionary, and I think I will start to answer because that's for me that's a big problem. That's for me there is two problems, maybe three. It's one of the biggest problems in this dance is that because often people tell me inside the culture and maybe outside they say, oh, you should train some new dancers, bring them in the electoral community and to make it grow. But I'm like, no, I don't want it because we don't what should I tell you know, because in a cramp I can make you all cramper here because I know how I should motivate you, because I know words, I know how to give you the cramp energy, because I know what is buckness, liveness. Buckness is when you are like powerful and more in the ground. Liveness is when you are like in the air. And with this you can build your cramp. But in electro we still don't know what is the difference between the guy who dance like Taylor and the guys who dance like me. You know what we know, our eyes know what is the difference. But how for example, if there is a kid who say, oh, I like this dance, how should I tell him like what is more my style, what is more the Miller style? And we don't have name for that. I mean, we shouldn't give name to everything and to copy like crime. But there is some things we should give name. For me, we should give name to all the basics. It's okay, but maybe to those new trends, because we are not dancing like we danced 10 years ago, and the only names we have is the names that we have 10 years ago. And I think our dance improved, and I'm sure. But we still don't give names. So it's how can you give a power to a kid who doesn't know anything about electro? How can you give him, you know, the power to dance if you don't even know how and what to say? Because you don't have. It will be your name, but it won't be the name. And it's really important that we get agree on some names. I don't know if it should be names of steps or groove. Yeah, I think. Yeah, groove, steps, attitude, there is things. For example, when I see a Crazy, we were in St. Petersburg, and sometimes Crazy like dance stand like he stand, like he dance like that. But sometimes when he go on the floor and make stuff like that, he in French, he say, you put your mask on. That's the thing we should say, maybe. Let's say that when you start to enter in your world, and maybe with less define it like that. That maybe when you enter in your world and you like close your world, close your chakra, and you focus on yourself, and you do like maybe less steps and more maybe character move. Let's say it's when you put your mask on. So, you know, let's make official. You know, it's a stupid example. You know. same things when I see people like doing like opening doors, taking something, throw it in the air. What is this? How and if these kids see this and say, "Oh, what did you do there?" What will I answer? I don't know. I just opened the door. No, we should say it's something that exists in electro because it's existing. I see everybody doing that. We doing that. Opening doors, painting something and doing the same. Let's official that now it's electro. So, for two reasons: for those kids, and to make official that when other people or other dancers will do the same, we'll say, "Oh, it's electro," And we should give name to touching too. We should official the fact that touching, our way to make touching is electro. Because if we don't do it, we will have so much problem in judgment, in battles. Because there is people like Taylor, like Nico, who use a lot of lines, and sometimes you can hear, "Oh, it's not electro." Fuck, it's electro. It became electro. It's true that if you stay like that and you do line, it's not electro. But the way to put energy, to play everywhere, it's electro. It's from the outside, it's touching, sure, but it's electro. It's like in crime. They got touching, but the way they do touching is crime. But it's touching, but it's crime. Because if I'm doing, I can do a touching in a crime feeling, as I can do it in the electro. Let's say electro, in a crime it will be more in this part, it will be far away, but in electro it will be contrary. It will be everywhere, it will be playing, let's say this is electro, because we like to do this. It comes from touching, but we still then officialize, yeah, make it official. And there is many other small things that we should officialize for the kids to motivate them, and for those stealers who take our move and say, "Oh, it's not electro." Fuck, it's electro. So yeah.
For us, for example, for shuffle, okay, with shuffle showcase, we are doing a dictionary, and for example, I think in that, for example, for us, the foundations are like the vocabulary, the A, B, C, D, okay. We have the concepts are for example, the words, okay, hello. And the concepts are, for example, the words, the heights, the natural concept of all dancers, the heights, the spaces, the moves, okay, the grooves, okay. And then we have to search, like Goku said, that is how to bring phrases. I don't know, it's okay in English. Phrases is like, okay. It's like we know, for example, the foundations, we know the words, but we don't know syntax. And we have to know how to merge. For example, for us, it's a big problem because now is in electro. Now electro is one, okay. But for example, for shuffle, there is like so many people that thinks that if you change a little bit the step, you are doing another style. It's like, no, this is Malaysian style. This is Californian style, but it's shuffle all the time. And this is a big problem because, for example, cutting shapes, they take the same one move that is a triplet, but he's doing shuffle with triplets, and they say, no, it's another style, but it's shuffle. It's like you saying with tuning. You bring the same concept and you say, yeah, but it's inside. But they think that there is another. And for example, for us, it's a big problem that because you have to change first your mind of community and then change to the world that sees us,
One question.
Yeah.
After we start with the subject, but my question: you have difference between cutting shapes and shuffle?
Okay, I say it here, okay? Because for me, this is so important. Okay, I show you first the four basics of shuffle, okay? One is running man, okay? Second one is T-step, okay? Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Third is crisscross.
Okay.
Okay, and fourth Charleston.
Okay.
Okay, so when you do shuffle, we have these four basics, the four foundations. Okay, people of cutting shapes. Cutting shapes is one step. For me it's a mixed basic. Okay, you have this. Okay,
Okay.
but when you separate it, okay, you have this is the half.
One and crisscross.
Yeah, well, yeah, or Charleston. You can say the same word. Okay, you have half Rythmik and half Charleston. Half Rythmik and half Charleston. This is right. This is shuffle, right? So, but so much people think that if they doing this, they doing other dance.
Okay.
But for example, if you make this step with Rythmik, you can do it like that.
Yes, of course, it's violent.
But yeah, but we don't put name on this. And for example, for this, like have a lot of views on YouTube and these things, they think that it's another style.
Okay.
But
We continue now.
yeah. But for us, it's like when I don't know. Now it's viral, and the social media is so big, and we have influencers that, for example, explain one foundation bad, and you have like thousands of views. They think that this is a old weight step because they invented the name. And the problem for that is that the people trust influencers and don't trust people that works every day on this and works like, oh yes, with this.
Thank you.
Je suis désolé, on est samedi, donc je vais parler en français parce que la danse électro, c'est une danse française qui est née en France à Paris. Donc je vais m'exprimer en français. Ceux qui voudront, ils mettront des sous-titres. Donc pour ma part, l'idée de se réunir pour faire un lexique électro, je trouve que c'est une bonne idée pour pouvoir partager notre culture et notre danse. Parce que, comme on disait juste avant, c'est que si quelqu'un a envie de se développer ou de créer ses propres steps ou ses propres phrases, il a besoin d'avoir quand même des basiques, enfin des références. Et de cette manière, de pouvoir bosser tout seul. Pas avoir besoin de quelqu'un, parce que si tu as ton lexique et que tu sais sur quoi tu vas travailler, tu sais sur quoi te concentrer. Mais après, le problème, c'est que c'est à nous les OG de se réunir. Déjà, c'est déjà une bonne chose de faire ce genre de conférence, mais ce serait vraiment à nous de nous réunir et de vraiment nous mettre d'accord sur ça s'appelle, par exemple, on a déjà des divergences, où toi tu dis step and go, moi je veux dire touch and go. Donc ça va faire un peu aussi comme le break où il y en a ils vont dire ça c'est un clash, l'autre va dire c'est un moy. C'est qu'il faut qu'on arrive à, nous les anciens, se réunir, à vraiment faire le lexique. Et ça fait aussi longtemps qu'on en parle de faire une vidéo tuto. Dans tous les pays du monde entier, il y a des vidéos tutoriels. C'est juste, après c'est question de légitimité et question de fierté. Parce que j'estime que nous en tant que danseurs électro, on n'est pas assez pur, il y a trop de variantes. Je pense qu'il n'y a aucun danseur hip-hop ou danseur crump ou danseur break qui va être dans une conférence et qui va dire et qui va parler d'autre chose de sa culture, ou même quand il va donner un workshop ou qu'il va échanger, il va changer que par rapport à son style. Et nous, le fait de choper des éléments un peu partout, ça nous a aidé à nous développer, mais ça a aussi desservi les gens qui nous suivent, parce que ceux qui nous suivent derrière, ils nous voient prendre des chemins différents, donc ils ne savent pas comment suivre et comment s'adapter. Donc je pense que c'est plus à nous en tant qu'anciens de vraiment être fiers de notre culture, d'être fiers de tout ce qu'on a créé, tout ce qu'on a bâti jusqu'aujourd'hui, et de le partager à l'extérieur. Pas forcément avec les élèves ou avec les danseurs, mais vraiment à l'extérieur, partout, pas juste uniquement dans notre bulle. Parce qu'il y a beaucoup. Voilà. Donc qu'on se pète et qu'on fasse la vidéo, tuto et qu'on mette des blazes.
I try to make good answer for this question because it's a difficult subject. But for me, electro dance has 10 years, 11 years. In real life, it's one generation. For me, Milia, Goku, Slate, Taylor, Cerizz, for me it's one generation. And if we want the electroculture, during a lot of time, we need the next generation. And for this, we need vocabulary, dictionary, like Milia said before. For me, it's more important for have a new generation, because maybe I think for this, we must have a dancer for this. For me, not all dancers can do this, because like Crazy said, when we start electro dance, myself, when I start electro dance, directly I want to learn other dance, like house dance, like contemporary, for myself, for myself. And for me before, Ouais, je vais parler français, voilà, merci Cerizz. Voilà, it's not my mission to learn electro dance. My goal, sorry, bro. It's not my goal to learn electro dance to dancer, because I like other side of electro dance. But this summer, I'm talking fast about my experience, but this summer I go to India for give a workshop to this dancer. And in this time I understand my culture. It's strange, but now I understand my important vision for this culture. And in this time I say, okay, we are not alone in the world. We are a lot of dancers with passion, with this feeling, and a lot of dancers wait for know the history and for know the dictionary of electro dance, because they training, yes, like Cerizz and Goku say, don't forget your personality, don't forget your dance, don't forget where you're from, your creativity it's okay. But I think the electro dancer and the other dancer must know the real story, real culture of electro. I think it's more important to have this for our future and the future of electro dance, because I hope when we stop, because I think we don't dance all life, I think I can look the culture again, and I come with my children of electro culture, of electro battle, electro conference. I hope this, and for this we need to have dictionary of electro culture, of electro dance. Sorry.
Okay.
Mon fils, il va laver ton fils.
Et même deux. Moi, ouais, juste. Yeah, I think in general, electro, we have a good conscious about move and not about what is happening here, and I think we should work on that. And yeah, that's it. Because we know move, we have crazy move, but if somebody doesn't know electro, he will like the move, but the thing that will make him stay for years is what is going on inside, I think. Because we are all human, we have feelings, and if the day we will be able to explain that, and it will be this day the culture will grow and have so much people. That's why Cramp have so much people, because when people see Cramp, they're like, oh, that's crazy, I see you are angry and aggressive and you are, but it's deeper than that. It's really deeper. And when you can explain how deep it is, that's where you touch the people in their heart and you make them stay for years. Not with move, not only like, oh, you gotta be straight, do a jab, then do a chest pop. No, it's not why people stay. It's the same with electro. It's not like, oh, you gotta do a photo and then haircut. It's not what they will not care about that. They will stay for maybe 1 year because they will feel like doing only this or only this, but they don't know what's going on inside. But if you can explain what's going on inside, like what you want to do when you bow, what you want to do when you dance, they will love to dance and they will stay. So yeah.
The last question, and after it's finished. My question is about events because it's for me it's very interesting to speak about events. We have Movement Group, we have Split Tournament, Shuffle Showcase, LRC. We have we represent the KOB at the same time. We have Romanian, E-Lines. Okay. I continue in French. Le rassemblement. I have too much organizer. You have all event today, okay? And I continue in French and translate for you. La question est qu'est-ce qu'on pourrait faire maintenant qu'on a, on va dire, on a tous les organisateurs du monde entier, à part même le Mexique en Europe aujourd'hui. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'on pourrait faire pour vous? Là, par exemple, moi, mon idée cette année est de faire une collaboration avec Movement Pro pour pouvoir faire une première connexion avec la Russie. Je sais que Slate a fait son premier camp, c'est la camp, hein, son premier camp qui s'est passé en Russie, Split Tournament Russie. Voilà, on a le premier shuffle, le premier battle Smoke Shuffle en France. Donc les choses évoluent, oui, mais ma question serait que, quand c'est un peu une question générale, à travers tous ces événements, à travers tout ça, qu'est-ce qu'on pourrait faire de mieux ou de plus pour gagner, générer plus de monde à nos événements, intéresser plus la culture. Là, par exemple, ça peut être, je vous donne un exemple, ça peut être donner par exemple plus de force à nos, parce que c'est un sujet aussi que je vais avoir appris, c'est pour ça que je vous le dis, parce que le sujet j'y ai dit. Voilà, donner plus de force à nos propres médias, nos propres producteurs. Par exemple, ce serait peut-être une bonne idée de donner plus de force à tous ces gens-là, peut-être que Electrolyse the Future, Cerizz, il y en a plein d'autres. Et voilà, j'aimerais votre opinion par rapport à ça. Voilà, on est tous à peu près des organisateurs en une double casquette. J'aimerais savoir, par exemple, pour un mec comme Maté qui vient de Roumanie, qu'est-ce qu'il lui pourrait faire dans son pays pour générer plus de monde, intéresser les gens, vu que nous on a déjà un peu plus d'expérience que eux à ce niveau-là. Voilà. Qu'est-ce qu'on pourrait faire de mieux pour évoluer dans les événements?
So he was asking, he make a list of all the event we have here, organizer, and he was asking, he took the example with LRC and Movement Group, and he asked what else could we do to make with those events, with the fact that we have those events, to grow the scene, the game, the community. He say, for example, we could give power to all our personal producer like GM Beats, who is from France, who make Willy Nova from Spain. We have all the media, Cerizz, Electrolyse the Future, Electro Hop, like. That could be one of the example how, but he took example of you in Romania, like for example, what should we do? What should we do? Sorry, to grow the community, the culture.
In your country, for example.
In your country, for example. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, the answer. Good question. Je sais pas, pour l'instant, je sais pas.
For me, it's a difficult question, but for my opinion is, if you want to have a lot of people to make good events, I think it's cool if you make events, but not just for electro dancer. I explain, maybe in your events you can invite, I don't know, a show, a creation, something not just like a dance, like a battle, because I think in one day, if you have just lot of battles, if I'm not dancer, I'm not interested about this. You understand? For me, it's this. When I look at events, I look like I'm not a dancer, you know. And if I have just battle, I think it's hard, but I don't have really answer for this because I don't organize something. But I saw the Spirit tournaments, I saw the LRC, I saw a lot of battle, and I like when when there are something, just like Kikashi for me, It's not about it, it's funny. It's like amazing, You just look and, okay, it's cool. And everybody like it because it's simple, something in LRC, they invite a company, for the show. I think it's cool because they have a lot of people for this, I don't know, maybe it's in just the boo you find other category, other thing. I think it's this for electro because electro culture is really not small, but if you don't know electro culture, it's hard to understand something because we have some energy, some feeling, But I think it's if you take other part, I don't know, maybe a comedy, maybe hard. Jimmy do this a lot with clothes. They make some stand for haircuts. I think this is a good part. I think for the evolution and of course the collaboration. If you wanna, don't be scared to work with another country, another dancer. I think it's good experience for this. Because if you work your country, we see nothing. Me before, I don't see there are a lot of dancers in India, And when I go, I say, wow, 50, 60 with big organization, And if they mix with, I don't know, with Jimmy, with Slate, we see it. We see, I don't know the name of the events where we go in Russia. Pardon, je te parle en français. Il s'appelait comment l'événement que t'es parti en Russie? En collaboration, c'était le Spire. Voilà, thank you very much. If Crazy don't make a collaboration with Ticket Flow, I don't know this, But I know Spire Tournament. But I know Ticket Flow because Slate collaborates with them. You understand? I think it's good for the culture if we make some collaboration.
Je vais continuer en français. Donc, pour je suis en attente. L'intervention de Cerizz, c'est la preuve qu'il y a un gros problème de communication dans toute la culture. Parce que Ticket Flow, c'est un truc que j'ai testé de faire en France l'année d'avant, c'était qui cassait ma break. Mais il n'y a pas eu de retour. On fait des gros problèmes on fait des grosses erreurs de communication. Donc ça veut dire qu'il faut qu'on, vraiment, comme je vais me répéter encore, il faut vraiment qu'on soit fiers de notre travail. Donc dans ce sens-là, c'est que faut pas qu'on se concentre uniquement sur les danseurs, mais sur une audience, sur un public. Parce que dans toute forme d'art ou de divertissement, c'est pas uniquement les artistes ou les personnes, c'est pas uniquement les personnes qui font le show qui travaillent, mais il y a tout un univers autour qui manque beaucoup à la culture. Parce que quand on fait des compétitions, s'il y a uniquement des danseurs, on ressent le stress des danseurs parce qu'il ne peut pas forcément s'amuser ou donner la hype parce que juste après il doit aller faire son passage, il est concentré sur son truc. C'est qu'il faut réussir à ramener ses amis, ses potes, ses collègues de travail, le boulanger du coin, la caissière de Franprix. Il faut réussir à vraiment ameuter tout le monde et être vraiment fier dans la manière dont tu partages et que tu proposes l'événement ou ton projet. Parce que comme je dis, c'est que la danse c'est quelque chose de marrant. Pour nous en tant que danseurs, on trouve ça normal de voyager dans le monde entier, de parler plusieurs langues et de s'amuser dans le cercle. Mais pour une personne un peu plus lambda, c'est quelque chose de fantastique. Et c'est à nous de réussir à vendre cette fantasticité, c'est ça, s'il vous plaît. Et par rapport à ça, on a tous les événements qu'il faut, on a toutes les organisations qu'il faut, c'est juste à nous de se connecter et de vraiment s'entraider. Il y a Streetis qui fait des lives, il y a Electric the Future, on a une communauté mondiale. On a réussi à faire de l'histoire de la danse, on a réussi à faire quelque chose qui va marquer même tout un millénaire, toute une génération, voire plus. Et je trouve qu'on n'en fait pas assez. Ça veut dire qu'il faut vraiment faire des street shows, distribuer des flyers, faire des vidéos. Quand tu t'inscris à une compétition, partager la compétition. Tout est question de partage. La chance qu'on a, c'est que nous, la génération internet. Donc maintenant tout le monde a un téléphone, tout le monde a un ordi, tout le monde peut faire des vidéos, tout le monde a des tablettes, tout le monde peut télécharger l'application. Mais il faut aussi faut pas oublier le côté humain. Donc c'est-à-dire qu'il faut le bouche à oreille, il faut distribuer des flyers, aller dans la rue, faut aller partout quoi. Et à ce moment-là, ça pourra se développer. Comme Goku le dit si bien, quand tu vois même quelqu'un qui danse pas, il sait ce que c'est le crump. Ou il sait ce que c'est le hip-hop. Et un crumper, quand il va se présenter, il va clairement s'affirmer en tant que crumper. Donc tout le monde connaît la culture. La dancehall c'est pareil. Dancehall de base, les gens disaient quoi, c'était du step n'importe comment. Mais au final, c'est une communauté qui se développe. Et il y a des événements partout. Il y en a partout à toutes les sauces. Et nous, la culture électro, on est une culture mondiale. Et il faut vraiment qu'on soit fiers de ça et qu'on le partage, avec beaucoup de fierté.
The last question. Last thing, you should. Last thing is, I think it's for you and for French people. Don't be afraid to go to see some TV and media to bring them a concept and say, hello, this is us. We can give you a show. You can come to the event. Like in general, we don't dare to do it. Like we are afraid to do it, but we can. Like for example, some months ago, I danced in a big football TV channel, one of the biggest. It's Bein Sport, you know, Bein Sport. I was like, how did I came here? And I asked because I was dancing for a festival, and I was doing a solo performance. So the festival, to present the festival, they tell me to dance there, and I asked the girl of the festival, how did you do? She said, oh, I just sent a mail to the production. How did you get the mail? Go on the site, there is the name of the mail. I said, what did you send? A video of you, a link, a YouTube link. This is Goku, it's to present the festival. The festival is talking about this, that, and that. And they say, okay, and you can do it with all your television and TV, radio, YouTube channel, I don't know, you can do it with anything, because as Cerizz said, we are doing a fantastic job. We are doing, our dance is amazing. Like we are, for me, actually the most creative dance in the world, the most creative one, like for real. Like take an electro dancer and tell him to dance in a contemporary company or any company. In maybe 1 hour, it will create maybe 1 week of job, you know, of a normal dancer. So we should be proud of that, and we should think that we are like X-Men, you know. We are not normal human. We are crazy, you know. So realize that and go to see media and say, this is us. We can do crazy shit. What can we do now? That's it. That will be one of the solutions for it.
Okay, and for the first one you said, it's so good that all events and all communities come here. And for us, it's so much important that if you have a producer or if you have a friend that dance groups and each other, and merge all, because you can help him to grow up like musician or wherever. And second one is the concept that all people say it, shuffle and electro is a dance club. And I want to bring an idea that is, you know, when you go first on the dance club, that it's not like battle, it's like a Cypher. I'm gonna bring like, could be, we do like a tournament, but on Cypher, but on dance club, you know? It's like, you can go judges or whatever, or growth or whatever, but I mean, like a dance club is like, you can dance electro, you can dance shuffle, someone can dance both, yeah, like a Cypher. Yeah, but do tournaments like that because no one do it. It's like, yeah, that's the problem. we have to create that. I think it's a good idea, a good point of view, because no one think it. And that's a personal question from Shuffle community, okay, to the electro community, is we have a problem, okay, because our people is so little right now. And for example, for the big ones that are the only that we travel, and I think I learn more in 3 travels in a year that I learned it on my life and doing shuffle and training in my house or with my friends or with the communities. And how can I bring to these kids, or how can I say to him to move for grow up the community? Because I think that if no one moves to other cities or wherever of your country or other countries, I think it's not possible to grow up a community. Because I think the goal of Electro is because in the same room right now we have like 12 communities, and I think that is so much powerful.
It's time for last question. If you have some question, fast. No, nobody. It's good. One question. Vas-y, c'est parti. Balance la personne.
Ouais. Voilà, moi je viens de Marseille, Vegeta. Voilà, moi je voudrais juste dire un truc, merci en tout cas pour le partage, tout ça. Nous en fait, moi ce que j'essaye de faire à Marseille, c'est de prendre une indépendance en fait et de montrer qu'on est quand même des grands aussi et qu'on doit évoluer. Et c'est pour ça que je voudrais aussi que les anciens aussi mettent un peu à la tâche aussi, comme Milliard par exemple est venu cet été. En fait, je pense qu'à Marseille, je pense qu'il manque surtout, c'est des moyens, je pense, des moyens financiers et de partage et de communication, comme tu disais en fait. Je pense qu'on doit plus parler, plus communiquer, je pense, dans notre culture à nous aussi à Marseille, parce que je pense qu'il n'y a pas assez. Et c'est pour ça que je pense on veut que les OG viennent avec nous et partagent avec nous notre vibe. C'est pour ça que je suis venu là pour en parler un peu pour Marseille et pour tous les pays et tout ça. Venez à Marseille parce qu'il y a de la danse, il y a du hip-hop aussi, il n'y a pas que électro. Voilà, on essaye de vraiment partager la vibe comme ça et voilà. Donc merci.
Merci à toi. Ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est qu'à Marseille, il y a vraiment un potentiel à faire. Ok, il y a pas tout le monde dans son électro, mais il y a vraiment une grande communauté de danse qui sont intéressés par la danse. Moi, je suis allé. À chaque fois que je vais là-bas, je passe des très bons moments.
J'ai gagné à Marseille.
Désolé, on parle de maintenant. Mais voilà, mais c'est vraiment il y a vraiment un très gros potentiel, c'est à savoir que quelqu'un peut te répondre.
Moi, je vais dire par rapport à quoi? Non, moi, je vais dire un truc.
C'est très rapide, très rapide.
Vraiment rapide, hein. Je vais parler français aussi. Alors déjà je suis mal placé pour pouvoir dire ce que je vais dire parce que malheureusement je suis la tête la plus vieille tête de la danse électro. Maintenant ce que j'ai à dire en fait c'est que je pense alors j'ai jamais fait d'événement ou encore créé d'événements dans la danse électro, mais je pense que l'évolution en fait c'est d'aller vers les villes, d'aller vers le maire, d'avoir les associations de gens qui font des événements, et c'est à vous en fait, tais-toi, c'est à vous de, fais pas le même, c'est à vous d'aller voir ces gens-là, d'aller voir la presse et leur dire voilà il se passe quelque chose qui a toujours existé. On nous a, un peu comme ce qu'on a fait quand on était au Bourbon, on nous a détruit, on nous a vraiment descendu avec les médias, mais ça a toujours continué, on a toujours existé, on existe toujours. Avec ou sans vous, on sera là. Maintenant, il se passe des choses, et soit vous nous supportez, soit tant pis, mais de toute façon, quoi qu'il arrive, on va faire des événements. Et crois-moi que les gens sont sensibles à ça, ils sont sensibles à la danse. Il faut juste aller voir les communes, tu vois, dire voilà, je veux faire un événement, qu'est-ce que vous proposez, est-ce que vous avez des jeunes? Et c'est sûr que ça va fonctionner, tu vois. Surtout dans des grosses villes, mais aussi dans les petites villes. Ouais, c'est tout ce que j'ai à dire.
Merci. On répond pas plus.
Pour te répondre à toi, Florian, j'ai ton toit de l'autre côté du miroir, il est devant moi, il s'appelle Brice. Il vient de La Rochelle. La Rochelle, c'est une toute petite ville. Il a fait le taf énormément en Aquitaine, à Bordeaux. Ça veut dire là maintenant, à Bordeaux, il y a une grosse communauté de danseurs électro. Et c'est pas forcément des danseurs qui étaient danseurs électro de base, c'est des gens qui se sont vraiment intéressés à son travail. C'est des gens qui sont venus prendre ses workshops, qui ont vu ses vidéos, il s'est bougé, il a toqué à toutes les portes. Au jour d'aujourd'hui, moi, il y a quelques semaines, j'étais avec lui, on s'est retrouvé à La Rochelle, c'était 10 ans plus tard, avec des gars de Bordeaux qui connaissaient rien de la culture, mais qui étaient en admiration, et on a même fait des battles, donc tout ça pour dire que il y a moyen, surtout de nos jours, et avec tous les outils qu'on a, il y a moyen, on peut faire vraiment donc soyez fiers, et taf.
Ok, no answer. Last question. Ce que je voulais dire, c'est pas grave.
Okay, my question is a little bit weird, and I'm really confused because now, this year, I was in the last part of election. In my opinion, election is like in three parts, like Russian, European, and like Latin America. And every culture has a different style. And I don't understand which style it's like a mix of all. It's like the real election. But how can we fusion all these three styles?
No, not fusion. I can tell you this. It's simple. In all culture, you have one host country and the others. We need the opposition. In all culture, in hip hop is the same. In all culture is the same. In electro, the real culture is the French culture. But we need to have the opposite, like Russia, like Mexico and American Latin. You understand? And Africa too. But we need this opposite. But the real culture is the French. It's the home of the electro culture. It's the essence of the electro culture. But we need the opposition, because if you don't have this, when you evolve, you're the culture. For me, that's the answer.
And I can add something. Don't think a lot about this kind of things, because my best advice is do your stuff, do as you want, do as you feel, and have fun, because there will be always someone from tell you, no, your water, you have to do like this, or you have to do it like this, or that. You don't care. You don't care. Do your stuff, listen to music, feel the vibes, and send your message. All about style, Mexican style, Cameroon style, China style, Korean style, Australian style, science style. We don't care about the style, we just care about what you have inside you.
Okay, I want to say, okay, Marcos is one reggae. Yeah, we go. Okay, I want to say something. It's a big pleasure from LRC and all electro community that bring me here for talk. Okay, because Shuffle community, we have no work right now on the dance community. Really, it's a big pleasure that all people come here and explain me a little bit of shuffle, because for me it's the same culture of dance, and really appreciate it from her, really. Okay.
It's a pleasure for us to last thing. One of the good thing about electro dance is that we get inspired from everything. One of the good things, right? It's not the good thing, one of the good things. So don't, for me electro is like you have one vein arms work, one vein energy, another vein creativity, another vein inspiration from other dance. Don't cut any vein. It's not because you prefer only creativity that you say, don't get inspired by other dance, or I don't like arms work. Or it's not because you only like arms work that you say, don't cut any vein. Because if you cut the vein, the blood is not going well to the heart. Okay? So don't accept the difference, accept yourself, but accept people different. Because if you don't accept people different, the culture will go slow, will not grow. Okay? Ta-da!
Thanks to everybody for coming. Okay, I need to get out now. Sorry, I need to get out because we need to prepare the stage. Okay. Thank you so much, and see you in 30 minutes. Okay. Thank you. If you're here, it's because you have a real question. So thank you.
Je l'ai mis, ouais, des terres, on est là. Les championnats à Marseille.
Non, je ne sais pas ça.
Quand vous voulez, même pendant les vacances, on organise des petits concerts, des trucs ça m'intéresse. C'est vrai que moi, c'est surtout les moyens financiers en fait. Ouais, c'est ça, c'est le même qui galère. Après, voilà, peut-être le manque de motivation à aller à Marseille. Voilà, et Cerizz, regarde, il est bien logé, et regarde le direct, c'est compliqué, c'est un mix. Les directs, on peut finir des choses. Genre, c'est quoi, c'est un direct? Voilà, exactement.
C'est quelqu'un qui a déposé.
C'est clair, mais lui, c'est le direct, tu vois, parce que.
C'est Cerizz.
On n'avait pas dansé.
Phil.
Il y a une hype, un truc, et c'est pour ça qu'on a envie de développer avec le père.